The dark side of democracy. Is your vote even worth anything? Democracy is often hailed as the epitome of governance, granting citizens the power to shape their destiny through voting. However, beneath this ideal lies a complex reality, where systemic issues can undermine the value of individual votes. This analysis delves into factors such as voter suppression, gerrymandering, and electoral system flaws that challenge the efficacy of democratic participation. Section 1. Voter suppression historical context. The struggle for voting rights has been long and arduous. Events like Bloody Sunday in 1965, where peaceful protesters in Selma, Alabama, were violently attacked, spotlighted the extreme measures used to disenfranchise black citizens. This pivotal moment led to the enactment of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Modern-day challenges. Despite past progress, voter suppression persists. Recent reports indicate that states like Tennessee are becoming testing grounds for voter suppression, with new laws disproportionately affecting minorities, the poor, and younger voters. Impact. Such measures can lead to decreased voter turnout and a sense of disenfranchisement among affected communities, questioning the true representativeness of elected bodies. Section 2. Gerrymandering definition. Gerrymandering involves manipulating electoral district boundaries to favor a particular political party, often leading to distorted representation. Techniques: cracking, diluting the voting power of the opposition by spreading them across many districts. Packing, concentrating the opposition's voters into a few districts to reduce their influence elsewhere. Case study: in Wisconsin, the 2011 state assembly map was challenged in Gill v. Whitford for being an unconstitutional partisan gerrymander favoring Republicans. The case highlighted how district manipulation can entrench a party's power despite popular vote distributions. Consequences: gerrymandering can result in uncompetitive elections, diminished accountability, and policies that do not reflect the electorate's will. Section 3. Electoral system flaws. The Electoral College. In the U.S., the Electoral College can lead to scenarios where a candidate wins the presidency without securing the popular vote, raising concerns about the system's democratic legitimacy. Senate representation. The U.S. Senate grants equal representation to states regardless of population, leading to disproportionate influence for less populous states. Judicial influence. The lifetime appointment of Supreme Court justices means that decisions by a few can have long-lasting impacts on voting rights and electoral laws. Section 4. Influence of money in politics. Campaign financing. The significant role of money in political campaigns can overshadow individual votes, as candidates with substantial financial backing often have greater visibility and influence. Policy outcomes. Elected officials may prioritize the interests of major donors over those of average constituents, leading to policies that do not necessarily reflect the public's needs. Section 5. Psychological disenfranchisement. Perception of futility. In heavily partisan regions, individuals may feel their votes are meaningless if their preferred candidates have little chance of winning. For instance, young conservatives in predominantly liberal states often feel underrepresented and question the impact of their participation. Voter apathy. Continuous feelings of disenfranchisement can lead to decreased political engagement, further weakening democratic processes. Section 6. Impact on marginalized communities. Native American voters. Despite their potential to influence election outcomes, Native voters often face systemic barriers and unfulfilled promises from politicians, leading to distrust and lower participation rates. Young voters, especially those new to the process, may encounter challenges like complex registration systems and lack of information, discouraging their involvement. Section 7. Legal and structural reforms. Voting rights legislation. Efforts to pass laws like the John Lewis Voting Rights Act aim to restore and strengthen protections against discriminatory voting practices. Independent redistricting commissions. Establishing nonpartisan bodies to draw electoral districts can mitigate gerrymandering and promote fair representation. Campaign finance reform. Implementing stricter regulations on political donations and spending could reduce the outsized influence of money in politics. Conclusion. While democracy offers the promise of equal representation, systemic issues can undermine this ideal. Recognizing and addressing factors like voter suppression, gerrymandering, and electoral system flaws are crucial steps toward ensuring that every vote truly counts. Thank you for watching. Stay informed and engaged to uphold the integrity of democracy.